Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message for the sign of Virgo. This could be Virgo anywhere in your birth chart. Cross-watchers, you're welcome as well. Please flip the roles however you see fit. But everyone, please only take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the messages that do not. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, the information on how to do so is down below in the description box. Alrighty, Virgo, we're going to begin with some angel numbers, then we're going to dive in with the tarot dice. We'll tap into the tarot cards, we'll pull out some oracles, and then we will do some scrying with the Scrabble tiles. So, let's get into it, Virgo. Universe. What is going on for Virgo for this month? What do they need to know about? This is for Virgo, please. What's going on in their energy, and what is it that they need to know at this time? Okay, you have the number 666. Realign your focus, balance material and spiritual. We have 7171, clairvoyance is opening, trust the signs. And we have 1331, the universe is mirroring your energy here. We also have 1411, a soul partner is being divinely guided to you. 1144, stay committed, your soul mission is expanding. And 969, cleanse karma and step into mastery. So it's a time for you to balance material and spiritual. Maybe some of you have been too focused on your spiritual journey here, and maybe you need to focus a little bit on the material, right? Because we're humans, we're meant to experience and live life as well. Maybe you need to step out a little bit more. It's time for you to definitely stay committed to your spiritual path, but it's also about balancing practicality here as well. And whatever energy that you're sending out, it's being mirrored to you at this time. Some of you have been in heavy emphasis here about trying to find a divine partner, and I feel like one is definitely being divinely sent to you, but something here about you need to cleanse some kind of karma and step into mastery. Some of you could still even be holding on to like a little bit of hurt and maybe a little bit of resentment from past relationships that's getting in the way subconsciously. Here, talking you out of good opportunities. Remember that the energy that you're putting out is being mirrored to you at this time. Your clairvoyance is opening here, and you need to trust in the signs. And I feel like one of the biggest hurdles and obstacles here that I'm feeling for you, Virgo, especially when it comes to relationships, and those could be on any level, family, friend, love, work. Part of the block that's holding you back subconsciously is the fact that I'm not saying that you're ignoring the signs, but you don't want to be too overly optimistic here, because maybe in the past, maybe you misread the signs. So there's this little bit of energy here of maybe you're not fully trusting in yourself. And something about needing to realign your focus a little bit on exactly what it is that you want. I feel like you're being a little bit too specific, Virgo. And I'm not trying to throw shade at my Virgos out there. I'm a Virgo myself, so I get it. But I think you need to leave open a little bit of space, a little bit of room here for magic to happen, for the universe to deliver you not only what it is that you want, but better than you expected. And it's time for you to step into your mastery here. Some of you are not I know we like to be perfectionists, Virgo, and we don't like to do anything until we have a full grip on it. But sometimes the best learning that can be done is by learning in the moment. Excuse me. By learning from our mistakes, by learning by our shortcomings. That's how we know how to improve. And Virgos, you're constantly improving. Don't be afraid now of a little mess up or getting a little bit dirty. Maybe that's what this is with this balance, that material and spiritual. Don't be afraid to get a little bit dirty and a little bit messy at this time. Karma here is definitely being cleansed. You definitely have been alchemizing energy. But be very, very careful at what emotions you allow to linger. Because your emotions can dictate how we think. And right now, the universe is mirroring your energy. So make sure that you're constantly saying at the highest level that you possibly can. But also be practical, right? Don't be afraid to let your hair down a little bit. Your soul mission is expanding, which means the universe knows and feels that you are ready for more. There's something here about maybe you guys been a little bit too comfortable where you've been. And maybe you've been holding yourself back again subconsciously a little bit because it feels safe. But the universe saying right now is not the time for you to play safe. And 1111 is at the bottom. The portal's open to you. It's time to make a wish. Manifestation gateway. Like I said, the universe is mirroring your energy at this time. Whatever you want, it is possible to have. Just don't talk yourself out of something when it shows up. Alrighty, we're going to begin with the tarot dice. Things might be a little bit loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume for a hot minute. Universe. What is going on in Virgo's energy, and what is it that they need to know at this time? We have the Three of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles sideways. We do have the Magician and the Queen of Wands sideways. It's interesting because the Magician is right on top of that Queen of Wands with that Justice reverse. It's like you still came out on top. Maybe you recently pulled back your energy here from some kind of soulmate. And soulmates could be family, friend, lovers, business. Soulmates are people that are meant to be in our life to teach us a specific lesson. And some soulmates are only in our life only for a season. Wow, that devil is right underneath. It's like you've squashed the devil. You've defeated somebody's ego here. Somebody here who was trying to come out on top. Somebody here who was being really unjust, tipping the scales in their favor, wanting to keep you trapped in some kind of karmic loop. And it's interesting that the lovers and the devil are right by themselves because, you know, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's the devil that has the lovers bound and chained, has them submitting to his will. So I don't know if you were dealing with somebody here who was trying to exert more power, trying to exert some kind of control over your decisions by using some kind of force. But the thing is, when it comes to the devil energy, right, it's someone who, once they get what they want, they use force to keep it. But the way that they get it is they do it by presenting an offer to you that looks really, really good. It looks like it's the answer to all of your problems. This could be the energy here that has taught you a great lot and is the reason why you're probably still have that block within you of, can I trust this? Can I rely on this? Because the last time I took an opportunity that came my way, or something here that looked really, really good and promised me a lot, this is what happened. It caused an injustice here in my life. But that's why your spiritual journey is expanding. You've learned that lesson. You did what you had to do, and that was to cut this person off and cut them out of your life. You know, it's kind of like getting rid of the cancer. getting rid of that tumor. This could have definitely been somebody here with this Empress reversed who was extremely needy. Somebody here who needed the focus and the attention to always be on them, especially with that Queen of Wands sideways. And I feel like you have been praying and asking God, Source, the universe here, for some kind of assistance, for them to intercede on your behalf. And I feel like they have, but that last cord needed to be snipped by you. You needed to, especially with this Magician card and with this Leo right here, you definitely have had to tame your own ego. Right, learn to live in balance and harmony with your own ego and vocalize your truth in a way that didn't come off aggressive or ego-based. I don't know if y'all are following me here. This all has to stem from something here rooted in the past that somebody here was unwilling to give up. I don't know if it was a thought that or how they perceived you from the past, or somebody here holding on to some kind of grudge or vengeance from the past. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll uncover it as we go. But either way, the universe has interceded on your behalf. And I do see the sun right here as well. You definitely defeated somebody. You definitely have claimed sovereignty over your spirit, over your energy, over your own free will. You're definitely coming out on top here. You're manifesting a new beginning here. You defeated some kind of, I don't want to say it was an enemy, but you defeated, it's kind of like playing video games here. You know, when you defeat like the boss of that level, like that's what you did. You defeated that boss in an unexpected way. And I feel like you did it with your kindness. You killed them with kindness. That's exactly what you did. Your truth is showing here now, and you have been given all of the aces here. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, right? You have the prosperous opportunity, you have the idea, you have the vision, you have the passion, you have the love for it, and you have the truth with the Ace of Swords and that Ace of Cups. Especially with this Three of Wands and Knight of Pentacles, you've definitely put the plan into motion. You definitely have been following the steps that you needed to take in order to accomplish the goals that you have wanted. With this Three of Wands, especially in the reverse, I feel like you decided to turn your back on something and to no longer move forward in that direction. It's like you pivoted in some kind of way. And this was what you needed to do with this Judgment card. You had called judgment on something. You stood your ground. And I also feel like you were dealing with energies who were unwilling to apologize. If that makes sense, like people who wanted you to just forgive and forget, but them not take any accountability. But you refuse to move forward with those types of people. Maybe you're just treating people differently now. Right? You're being a little bit more reserved. We also have a High Priestess here in the reverse. I don't feel like that's you because we had that Magician come out. For signs, you guys could be dealing with a fellow Virgo. We have Gemini here, Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, even Aquarius. This could be somewhere in your chart or in their chart. But the High Priestess in the reverse, this is somebody here who, to me, is somebody who doesn't really know their ass from their elbow. You know what I mean? This is somebody here who needs constant validation. They need constant attention. They need constant approval. This is somebody here who doesn't trust in themselves. They don't trust in their own intuition. And this is somewhat a little bit of a blabbermouth. Somebody here who goes from, you know, Tom to Sally to anybody else who would listen to what they have to say. You know, creating false narratives here by starting that gossip, right? I'm like doing this thing like a puppet. This is somebody here who's like a puppet. I just heard a Muppet. Maybe they could be a Muppet. I don't know. But they weren't able to knock you off your path. And maybe even then, even they're shit talking, right? Maybe trying to get some kind of public pressure on you. 15:15 on the timer. Trying to get some kind of like public pressure on you, or wanting to have other people, the people like Tom, Sally, and whoever else would listen, to have, some kind of false impression about who you are as an individual. I'm gonna take that burp as a confirmation. And that was always meant to happen. And maybe that was part of the fight and the challenge here of you having to stick up for yourself, right? Because it's natural instinct for us to want to react and be like, bitch, what the bleep are you talking about? You know, type of, you know, you want to fight for yourself. But sometimes the best way to fight for ourselves, especially when people are trying to claim that we're something that we're not, is to just be our true selves. Show the world the real you. And by them talking shit, yeah, it may have had a little bit of an effect at first, but the moment that you continue to not let it lower your vibration and instead stay in who you actually are, your truth gets revealed. And everybody starts seeing the truth. And maybe that was part of the plan all along. Your elevation was planned to be their downfall. The moment that they spoke up against you. So now this person is seeing you move on, venture off, and having your dreams come to fruition. Even though you may not be exactly where you are, but I feel like you have been seeing progress, especially with this Knight of Pentacles sideways. You have been seeing progress. Progress has been made, especially since you decided to pivot and change directions. And maybe part of that direction was, maybe you still somehow deeply cared for this individual because they were a soulmate, family, friend, lover, business. This is definitely someone here that you had some kind of connection with. You definitely cared for this person on some kind of a level. Something here about your cutoff game. You had to snip that final chord, like I said. And maybe that's what you needed to do in order to hold them accountable. Because until they, I want to say man up or woman up, and take full responsibility for what they said, and not just expect, maybe that's what that devil energy was. It's to expect that you're just gonna forgive and move on because of how long the connection has been there. You've been friends for so long, or, you know, they're your family, or, you know, you've been in a relationship with them for so long that, you know, they felt like you weren't going to go anywhere. But you pivoted, and now I feel like now they're not even on the road with you. You pivoted in a brand new direction where you're like, all right, well then I'm just going to leave you where you're at, and I'm no longer going to continue forward with you in mind. Since you showed me that you're not willing to do anything with me in mind, it's always to your interests. And maybe this is somebody here that you can't even be cordial with. Maybe you tried doing that, right? Because there are some people who will confuse being cordial, being kind, as, oh, they're your friend, right? There's no middle ground. And I feel like whoever you've been dealing with, it's all or nothing. Somebody who does not understand moderation and discipline. And again, with that devil energy, it's like they always feel like you're doing something to them as opposed to doing something for you. So at the end of the day, this person is never going to be happy. So why even bother trying? We have the Ten of Cups and the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is also sideways. It's facing down, too. Somebody could have done something very reckless and impulsive here, based on the news here that you've decided to close out a chapter. In good faith, too, with the Ten of Cups. You were like, all right, well, you know, it served its purpose. There's no ill will. There's no harm here. But I need to pivot for me. That's what that Ten of Cups is. You're still going towards your happily ever after here. You've learned everything that you could learn from this lesson. Tens are completions of a cycle, and especially when it comes to cups, this has to do with the cycles of love, feelings, emotions. You've learned all that you could have learned from that situation here. Somebody here could also be reacting really impulsively with this Knight. I keep wanting to say Knight. This Page of Wands. Pages are messengers. Somebody here is not happy with the fact that you've decided to take your interests elsewhere, or that you're no longer interested in them. This could be like an ego death to them now, because now they feel like there's something wrong with them. But, oh well, that's not your problem. Maybe they shouldn't have been running their mouth in the first place. Four of Pentacles in the Two of Swords reversed. Yeah. You've taken that blindfold off. You see the truth. You're no longer confused. And you don't care what this person wants to say to who they want to say it to. Because you're like, you know what? I'll cut those people off too. Right? Maybe there were people that were ganging up on you based on just what they heard. But if they're willing to gang up on you and not ask you for your side of the story, they're not worth your time and energy either. They really wanted you held back with that Four of Pentacles. They didn't want you to surpass them. They also didn't want you to leave them. Because maybe they knew of your potential. So they were like, you know what, let's keep them close so that way they can serve us. But what they ended up doing was having the opposite effect, because now you're not even now you don't even want to take them with you. So again, it's like they ended up shooting themselves in the foot with this energy. Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords, yeah. These are people that were trying to restrict you, trying to make you seem like you were the problem, that you were too much. But I feel like they only ended up revealing how much all of those thoughts, all of those ideas were their own. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to give you those swords right back. You want to project those to me? You want to confine me to a mental prison? You want to make me feel confused and like it's my fault and I'm the problem? You know, I'm going to let you keep what you sent to me. You know, Five of Swords. This is defeat. You defeated somebody who was willing to win at all costs. You know what, and maybe in the beginning, too, when you walked away, that's why we have that Page of Wands. I get it now. You know, when you walked away, they thought that they had won. They were like, yeah, I won. I'm better. I'm this. I'm that. I got them to cave. I got them to whatever, right? And maybe they ran their mouth some more and was like, see, look, they're not even talking to me anymore. They have me blocked. They have me this. See, I told you they were crazy. I told you they were this. I told you they were that. But now they're realizing that that wasn't them winning at all. It was you, because people are now starting to see you for who you are. Your authenticity, your truth is speaking volumes. You are nothing what this person claimed you out to be. Now that you have distanced yourself from them, they're no longer able to pull those lower vibrations out of you anymore. Universe, tell us more. Tell us more for Virgo, please. Oh, wow. We are 24 minutes in already. Chariot reversed, Justice upright. Oh, no, the Chariot is upright. Right now, anyway. This is fast-forward movement, and this is Judgment coming in fast. Maybe this is a difficult lesson for you as well. Maybe you didn't want to cut this person off because maybe it was always imprinted on you that, you know, we don't leave our own behind type of energy. But what happens when the people that are supposed to have your back actually don't? And I feel like there were other people involved who didn't want to see the magnitude of somebody's character. and what it is that they were doing to you until you were out of the picture. And, you know, as the devil does, he finds his next victim until they became the victim. Universe, tell us more. The Tower and the Hanged Man. There is going to be a shocking surprise that is going to be taking place, Virgo. That false contract that they try to put you in. All I'm drinking is coffee, y'all. I don't know why I'm hiccuping and burping so much. And that's usually only been happening during readings lately. This is a contract that is being dissolved here. Something that was built on shaky ground. Somebody here did not use the proper brick and mortar in order to hold something together. They skipped steps. Notice how that crown is flying off, too. Maybe that part of this, what this person was doing, was trying to switch the roles about maybe something here about attention. I kept saying attention. Maybe this person wanted to be seen in the same way that you were seen. I don't know, something here about... This has been coming out in the collective readings as well. I don't know if somebody here has been claiming that you're a goody two-shoes, or that you're a know-it-all, or... Which, Virgos, you know, we always get blamed for all that. We're always know-it-alls. Oh, you guys know it all. No, we're very well-read as Virgos. On any level, whether we have degrees or not, we're very well-read. That is just the truth. And if the other zodiac signs want to talk shit, pick up a book. You can do it too. I mean, learn on YouTube, for crying out loud. I'm so sick of that whole thing. But anyways, this is something here that's being dissolved. A contract is being dissolved. It's like somebody here was trying to force you into some kind of false contract. They wanted you to accept something, and they wanted you to feel like that was all you were deserving of, that's all that you were worthy of. It's like they were trying to talk you out of your spot. But the moment that and maybe that's what was needed in order for this tower to come crumbling down on these individuals here, was for you to get yourself out of the way so you didn't get caught in the crossfire. So it didn't ricochet onto you. Strong Scorpio, Pisces energy here. This is somebody here who is dead set on their beliefs with this Hanged Man. This is somebody here who is firm. They're not able to look at things from different perspectives. Kind of like the energy of like somebody here who is not willing to go a mile in your shoes. This could even be like extreme religious beliefs, dogma, childhood programming here. You know, societal programming, like, oh, you have to have a job, and, you know, you have to work your 9 to 5, and, you know, you need to have 7 kids by the time that you're 22. You know what I mean? Like, whatever people are chasing nowadays that everybody seems to have. You know, it's about those things. You know, the achievements in life that people have to cross off to let them know that they've made it, right? But I don't believe in any of that. I believe we're all meant to have all those things all at different times when it's meant to happen. But at the end of the day, we're all meant to follow our heart, our joy, and everything else will follow and fall into place. This could also be somebody here who is a little upset with your anointing, because we do have that crown falling off. You could be highly connected to Source and to the universe. You're very faithful. You've been a very faithful servant to the universe. It's like every time you learn better, you do better. Maybe you've been dealing with people here who have a difference of religion or a difference of... I don't want to say a difference of spirituality, but a different way of looking at spirituality than you do. That maybe there's a people here who fall for their own restrictions when it comes to religion. This is definitely somebody here who's way too afraid to go within themselves and ask those difficult questions and find out those answers here with this Hermit reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. The King of Swords reversed and Temperance. Yeah, you're moving on. You're reconciling the past with the future. You're deciding to transmute and alchemize the energy here. And you could have been dealing with somebody very immoral, very corrupt. Somebody here that lies all the time with that King of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody here who tries, acts like they're something that they're not, or claims to be something that they're not. And maybe this person was trying to claim to be you energetically. Or that's the energy that they were imposing on anybody who would listen. This is somebody here who is very unawakened. Somebody here that's afraid of their own shadow with that Hermit reversed. They're afraid of their own shadow, and they're afraid to find their own light. Because, I keep going back to this quote that I heard, right? A shadow knows that it wouldn't exist without light. It wouldn't. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. Tell us more for Virgo. Page of Cups reversed and the Four of Pentacles. This tower is happening here because somebody thought that they could play one too many games with your heart, with your emotions, with how you care about people. These are people who are not really forthcoming with what's going on in their life. Like I said, going back earlier to like those sob stories. All right, people will try to tug on your heartstrings here, maybe because they know you're anointing. And maybe like they know that you would pray for them. So they hate on what you do, but they know how powerful you are. They just never really wanted you to step into your power in the first place. All trying to hold you back and hinder you. Maybe wanting you to feel a little bit insecure. But I feel like that energy is now being returned because whatever they've built up is coming crumbling down. Page of Wands here, and the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands. They were trying to create some kind of ruckus, some kind of conflict in your life, and using your own people against you, because the Five of Wands, right? It's about the team, right? Like, for example, I know nothing about sports, but like, we're going to go with the Boston Red Sox because I'm from south of Boston, and that's really one of the only sports teams that I know. But like, it's the Boston Red Sox coming together, right? This is their practice. That's what the Five of Wands is. It's supposed to be their practice. So when they're practicing, they face off against each other, right? In order to sharpen their skills, in order to practice, right? To practice their, what do they call those? Their plays. I don't even know if baseball has plays. Like, that's how far I know nothing about sports. But like, this is how they practice their plays. Right? It's supposed to be the team coming together in order to sharpen their skills. That's what it's supposed to be, friendly competition here, right? Where everybody's still on the same team, right? No one's trying to outshine everyone because we want everybody to shine, because if the whole team shines and we can win together when we go out to battle or when we go out to, face another team here. But you've had to stand your ground in this situation against, people here who have been teaming up against you, who have turned their backs onto you, but yet claim to be on the same team as you. These are people who are jealous of your position in life, your skills, who you are, where you are going. And this has something to do with the fact that you are resilient and brave. And I feel like that's because you're a master transmuter. I mean, we had that magician earlier. The magician represents Mercury, but Mercury represents Virgo and Gemini. It is a natural gift and a natural power that you have to be a magician, to be a transmuter. Some of you guys could even have Sagittarius in your chart somewhere, because we had that Temperance. They were trying to hold you back and stifle you from growth. There's going to be a shocking twist of events here because people have been given multiple opportunities to turn themselves around, but instead they decided to hold back. We have the Four of Wands and the Six of Swords reversed. No, they doubled down, wanted to win at all costs. They refused to let you move on in peace. And some of this could even have to do with you having peace, with you having privacy here. But what's coming here is you're receiving some kind of recognition with this Four of Wands. This is some kind of new contract that's coming into formation for you. And something here is being witnessed because the Four of Wands, in the Rider-Waite deck anyway, is the lovers coming together. There's something here to do with soulmates and ties and soul contracts that you have had. I feel like you fulfilled whatever soul contract you've had. You fulfilled your end of the bargain. You have. Other people have not. And maybe that's why they're getting this Tower moment. But either way, this is the lovers coming together, right, to exchange their vows. And normally when people exchange their wedding vows, they have their witnesses there, right? The people that they invite to the ceremony, that's the witnesses. So some kind of balance, the act of justice is now being played out with the Six of Pentacles. That's what the Six of Pentacles means to me. The act of, like, justice makes the verdict, but this is the actual act being played out. So something here is coming back into balance for you, and it's being witnessed by everybody else. And maybe that's part of what this Tower moment is. Again, your rise is their downfall. And the Wheel of Fortune, look at this, Virgo. The tides are turning in your favor here. You have alchemized the energy, you snipped the last chord, you followed the plan to a T. You did everything that you needed to do correctly. Even if you felt like you haven't. The tide is turning in your favor. Give me two more. Queen of Pentacles. Absolutely. You recognize your worth. You know your value. You don't deserve to be stuck in the Four of Pentacles energy because you're the freaking queen. You're the freaking king. You're the master of your own sea. Wow, I just got the song from Imagine Dragons, Believe. Is it Believe? Believer? Page of Wands. It's time for you to take action. You could even be receiving news here that is even going to be inspiring you. One that matches up with your worth, with your value. And the Queen of Swords. Your truth is setting you free, and it's leading you to a brand new beginning. A brand new beginning. A brand new cycle. And again, that's why we had those angel messages earlier. Part of your subconscious is stopping you from taking this leap of faith because you're too afraid that you're going to re-experience what you have in the past. But the truth is that you're not. Where you're going, you need to have faith because God's source universe is moving you to some place that you have never been. And it's okay, you know, to be naturally afraid of something that is unknown. And it's in this time where you need to be a little cautious, especially with past energies. Because they want to try and use that anxiety against you. But continue to stand in your temperance energy and alchemize the anxiety of not knowing what comes next. And remember that you are mirroring everything that you want now. The universe is mirroring you. So use that anxiety as to build and to grow what you want to come next, what you want to see at the bottom of that cliff. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. We have perseverance, absolutely. You didn't give up, you kept trudging along, you refused to stand down with that perseverance. You kept pushing through, and it's leading you towards abundance. It is, because you know what you're worth. You know what you came here to do. And something here to do with your character, because the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, they've become the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords because of their follow-through, because of their consistency. You have been consistent, constantly showing up, persevering against all odds, and maybe even having to do it all alone with this Page of Cups reversed, without having any respect, without having any genuine love around you. You had to be your own placeholder for that. And maybe you've had to go about something alone for so long, that could be part of the subconscious block of allowing somebody else in. But the thing is, you're no longer attracting those same energies as you were before, because you've learned the lesson. Because you snipped the final chord. And sometimes, I know people don't like it when I say this, but sometimes the lovers that we can attract, right, especially if we come from toxic families, it's more or less the same energy of a toxic family member that we have been dealing with. And sometimes we'll keep attracting those same lovers if we're still keeping those same toxic family members around. We attract that same like energy because you're telling the universe you're willing to accept it. And then the universe is mirroring you, and they're saying, okay, if that's how you see love, then that's the love we're going to give you, because that's what you feel like you deserve. But you snipped that final chord. You're no longer attracting the same energies because you've completely renounced them. Universe. Enlightenment. You have received enlightenment here from the Most High about how to get rid of this impasse. Somebody here was definitely trying to roadblock you and stop you from moving forward, but at the end of the day, it was their own projections, it was their own illusions, delusions, it was their own feelings about themselves. So they wanted to hold you back because they held themselves back. Causing confusion here. Also that you wouldn't renew your energy, you wouldn't renew your spark. And it's interesting how we have this child here speaking to the divine. Something here about your inner child. You didn't give up on your inner child. You didn't give up on your wishes. You didn't give up on your dreams. You didn't give up on yourself. And you didn't sell yourself short. And maybe these other people, right, they sold their souls or their inner child. You know, to me, your soul and your inner child are like the same thing. But maybe they sold their soul for vanity. And you wanted something more than just the vanity, the money. Not trying to say that any of those things are bad, but is it worth having all the money if if you're surrounded by phony, fake people? And I know Virgo likes nice things. Hey, I like nice things too, but not at the cost of being surrounded by loveless creatures. Universe. Tell us more, please. We have lovers in the reverse. In a marriage. Somebody was trying to force you, or trying to force a situation here to continue to keep going here, even though it wasn't for your best interest with that house reversed. It wasn't something here that was very stable. It was a faulty foundation. Yeah, somebody knew that they would only succeed here if they kept you in despair, and they try to take away your great fortune, make it feel like it was out of your reach. They know that your mind is very, very powerful, Virgo. Very, very powerful. And maybe these are people here who, maybe at some point in their life, they were doing better than you, but you never let that get to you. You were always like, you know what, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you guys are doing well. You have all of your wishes and desires being met, whatever the hell is going on, right? But the truth of the matter is that sometimes when some people are doing good, other people are doing bad. And then the roles get reversed. That's life. Life is all about cycles and flows. Nothing ever stays the same. And now that, they're going through their downturn in life, and they saw you being on the up and up, that's why they created this impasse, because they didn't want you to be seen better than them. But even though they were perfectly okay to be seen as doing better than you, or at least that's what they thought. So the easiest thing to do is to play those games with your mind, to talk all this shit and have people go up against you, to have you question yourself. But again, those people never asked you for your side of the story. And that's the part that you remembered. They were trying to force you into a commitment, force you into a contract, right? I'm getting with this marriage, it's kind of like, what are those marriages called when, like, your parents set you up? Prearranged? Is that what they're called, like prearranged marriages or something? Like somebody was trying to prearrange something, trying to make something work for you, making you settle for something that you didn't want, but they ultimately needed, because they needed your energy and needed you more involved in whatever the situation was, because they benefited more off of it than you did. Universe, tell us more. I definitely feel like in July, there is tower moments happening. Pleasant surprises for you, and more dramatic downturns, downfalls for them. Universe, tell us more. This house in the reverse came out. This has something to do with your stability and your foundation and where you feel safe. Again, we have this marriage here. Bad health in the reverse, official person, and sudden wealth. So you definitely have somebody here who's not an official person. Maybe somebody here who believes that they have some kind of authority here. Maybe somebody here was even trying to claim that you were in bad health, that you were not deserving of something, but you are receiving some kind of sudden wealth. And look at this. Look at this disparity. Sudden wealth and despair. I think everything that they wanted for you is now happening to them. And maybe these were people who were able to build up their prosperity. Again, the reason how they were able to acquire that was because they had people ganging up on you. People in your own family. And maybe those family members were supporting them and nobody supported you. That's why they were able to, maintain whatever they had here until the other shoe dropped. Until the other shoe dropped. Alrighty, we're gonna pull some oracles and see what is up. I'm gonna clean this up real quick. For those of you that have stayed this far into this message, if this resonates with y'all, please hit that like button. please consider hitting that subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Oh, I just made a mess. Whoopsies. Alrighty, Virgo, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I will be right back. Alrighty, Virgo, I am back. We're gonna pull out some character clues and see what is going on. Universe, please give us some character clues to give Virgo some confirmation here. This could be anybody in the group or anybody here that you've been dealing with, or this could even be you. Take this however it resonates, y'all. Universe, please give us some character clues for Virgo. Okay. Somebody here could be somebody's aunt. Somebody here could be of average height. I'm only taking the ones that I saw, but that was a big pile. This could be your aunt, or you could be somebody's aunt. Somebody here could be of average height. Or this is somebody here that just feels average in life, or they felt like you were average. Somebody here could wear a lot of purple clothing. Somebody here could be of European descent. We have an acquaintance. This could definitely be somebody here that you're not really close with, but maybe this is somebody here who thinks that they're closer to you. I don't know. There's definitely an acquaintance here. Somebody here could be bald, or they could be balding at this time. Maybe it's your aunt. That sucks. Somebody here could have coarse, curly hair. Somebody here could be black or African American. We have an immigrant. Somebody here could be an immigrant. There's definitely a woman involved here somehow. I definitely knew it with that Empress reversed. Or this could just, I mean, I hate to say it, it could be a man that acts like a bitch. We have a friend here. Maybe somebody here has even been using, maybe they've been using their own friends and their own acquaintances to go up against you. A friend came out. Somebody here could have a lot of markings on their skin. Maybe they do henna. Or somebody here could have a lot of scars, or something here about, like, people who write notes on themselves in some kind of way. Somebody here could have a sharp face. Somebody here could be from Generation Alpha. That could be you, it could be them. Somebody here is tall. Or they definitely feel like they're overpowering. And they feel like they can tower over you. Somebody here has hazel eyes. Somebody here could be goth, punk, grunge, very alternative. Somebody here could have blue eyes. Somebody here has a lot of unhealthy habits. Maybe they're a smoker, or they abuse substances here, or they have poor hygiene. There's definitely a man here involved. This could be a couple. Maybe it was a couple that was going up against you. Maybe one of these people have unhealthy habits, and I don't know. Somebody here, maybe their partner has been trying to help cover up their unhealthy habits. I don't know. Again, we have tall. Somebody here could be tall. Or they feel like, you know, people, I don't know if it's just me as like a short, tiny person, but I know whenever I've encountered energies of like, especially taller people, and I'm not saying all tall people are like this, but when you're dealing with tall people who feel like they know better, or they want to try and control you, they try to like use their presence to like try and overpower you. And it's like, I don't care how big your physical avatar is, my spirit will still shit on you. That's just me personally. But your best friend could be involved. Wow, we have best friends, we have friends, we have acquaintances. I mean, we have everybody here. We have everybody here. Somebody really went so far as to drag your name into every little group that you were attached to. Maybe you had to separate yourself and start all over again. And don't take it as oh, somebody did all these bad things to me. You know what? They ended up doing you a favor. They ended up showing you what enemies were actually hiding in plain sight. Because again, they never asked you for your side of the story. Somebody here could have cornrows or cornrows, however you want to pronounce it. Somebody here could be a hothead with a temper. Somebody could be a Hispanic or Latino. There's a whole group of people here. Somebody here could exaggerate their features. Maybe somebody here is trans. You know, maybe some exaggerated features. I don't know. Maybe this is like maybe this is a woman who's transitioned to be a man, and she walks around with a. They walk around with the, I don't know, like a fake bulge or something. I don't know. Take that however it resonates. Again, I'm not trying to say anything against trans people. I'm just saying, don't come for me. Somebody's mother here can be involved, maybe your own mother. We definitely have a brunette here. This could be like your best friend. Maybe your best friend is a female and she's dating a trans man, and I don't know. I don't want to get into that energy. Somebody here could be pregnant, or somebody here could have gotten somebody pregnant, or something to do with somebody's baby mama, baby daddy. We have a father. We have couples coming out left and right. We have a scar, and we have long hair. Somebody here could have long hair. Maybe somebody here is holding on to a scar. Maybe they have a lot of scars. We have a father and a mother here. Maybe this could be your own father and mother that are involved. Somehow, we have a man and a woman. We have a lot of couples here. There's a whole dynamic of people here that just believed some kind of piss-poor story about you. And they never asked you for your side of the story. Maybe because whatever somebody claimed to say, maybe they had support. Maybe this is somebody here who went up against your mother and father, right? And they said some kind of heinous story here, something that was so out of left field, but they believed it because their partner backed them up. Or this could be their own mother and father that they went to. Take it however it resonates. Somebody here could drive a motorcycle. Universe, tell us more. What's the tea? What is the tea for Virgo, please? Threatening. Somebody here has been trying to threaten you, like trying to overpower you, like I said, trying to use intimidation, all because your light irritates their demons, all because they don't understand you. These are people that claim to be into you, but yet they're really wolves in sheep's clothing here. They're trying to lead you to your own slaughter here, and all they want to do is kiss your ass now. It's going to take more than ass kissing. We have dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, very nostalgic, love on the brain. People who are just wasting their time here. People could even been using fake accounts to try and keep up on you because they know that you're moving in silence, so they want to know what you're up to, so they know how to best create those impasses for you. Very delusional. Wow, they're haunted by their own memories here. There are screenshots. There's evidence here about what these people have said. Somebody could have even tried to alter conversations here to make it seem like you were the bad person. Cyberbullying. They could have definitely been altering things, trying to claim that you were cyberbullying them, but really they were bullying you. Obviously, when they're making those fake accounts here, all to try and force their way by threatening you, By making you feel less than, by applying that mental pressure. Wow. All because you are getting a jackpot. Why did I just do that? You're getting a jackpot here, and this person is obsessed. Cyberbully's still here with this forcer. You ran away. You ran away. Not out of fear, but you ran into the direction that you were always meant to run into. You're going to be winning money. You're going to be getting rich, an inheritance, unexpected money. Somehow your business could be flourishing. You could be getting a new promotion. Things are now looking up and up for you because you've disconnected yourself from that energy, and these people are now haunted. They're haunted by the memories and the flashbacks of what they've done to you because they know what is coming for them next. They know that if it wasn't able to stick on you, it needs to return to whoever conjured it up in the first place. You know, sometimes by creating all of this ruckus and chaos, right? People don't understand, even if they don't practice in the arts in some kind of way, whether it's, you know, black magic or white magic or gray magic or whatever, even if you don't practice in the arts, when you try to create a false narrative, when you try to create a false reality, and the way you do that is by shifting people's impressions, right? You end up creating an entity. You end up creating this energy. That energy needs to go somewhere, especially if you don't know what you're doing, because they have to count on the fact that they've won and that the pressure has gotten to you, but they never planned for the day that you would finally break free. Like I said, this is always meant to happen. You were put in their path for a specific reason. One, to teach you this lesson, but two, it wasn't because you deserved it, but it was because you were strong enough to take them down in the first place. And had they just worked with you, you probably would have shared in the blessings. Somebody here has been caught. Some kind of evidence here is being uncovered. Someone's definitely getting exposed. It's whoever this obsessive person is, who's dangerously toxic, very unhealthy, extremely possessive. That could even be parents. Friends could be extremely possessive. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. There is evidence that is being revealed, and it could be these screenshots that are coming to light in this month of July. All of their threatening actions are being released. How threatened they were by your light. Universe, tell us more. Outdated. This whole outdated dogma shit is pissing me off. Check yourself. This is somebody here who was trying to put you in their place. You already know all the tea that this person is a hater. They were trying to check you can't do that. Maybe for some of y'all are different in some kind of way, or you don't allow the restrictions of the past to chain you down, right? Maybe some of y'all are LGBTQ and you're out. Doesn't have to be, right? Or maybe some of y'all are very, you don't go with the flow. You don't follow what society does. Right, we did have that grunge alternative vibe that came out. Maybe you're not like everybody else. You stand out like a sore thumb. You're an individual. You're yourself. You're not trying to be anything else. And you're not trying to impress people or try to fit in. And these are the type of people that need to feel like they belong to something. But you already know where you belong. People here made bad choices to betray you, and now they don't want to hear it, and it's time for you to watch shit go down. It's time for you to enjoy the gossip. Because now I feel like the gossip's going to be coming your way. You're going to be hearing everything. You know, the people that once talked about you are now going to be running to you, be like, did you hear what such and such went through? And you can take it as your confirmation, but again, don't try to take it as these people trying to be on your side here, because again, they're still learning their own lesson. Universe, tell us more for Virgo, please. Universe, tell us more for Virgo. Yeah, somebody here could be being locked up, because we did have that 8 of Swords on the dice in the beginning. Maybe because of these screenshots and how far somebody went to pressure you. A criminal, felon, somebody here definitely has a record. Somebody is definitely stalking your socials. Somebody here has been paying people off, trying to buy loyalty with gifts, with money, with promises. I don't know, maybe somebody here could have even been sleeping with other people to get what they want. I don't know. We have an informant. There's definitely an informant here. Hidden truth will be revealed through someone unexpected. Somebody here could be having a change of heart. Maybe somebody that they were dealing with is now noticing the truth. Like I said earlier, because now that you're out of the picture, now they've made new victims. Somebody here has been skipping steps. Somebody here has a guilty conscience, feeling of unease or discomfort, arising from belief that one has done something wrong or immoral, responsibility or regret for actions or inactions that contradict one's own moral standards or the expectations of others. So now somebody here is feeling guilty because they were skipping steps. They know that what they were doing was wrong, but yet they continued to do it anyway. Somebody here has been denied, being rejected. This person who's a fraud or a scammer, intentionally deceiving someone, unusually to gain something of value, money, property, or a legal right. Pressure you to act quickly, impersonate legitimate organizations, promise of a prize, and asks for personal info. That's a scammer. People who want to know what you're up to, trying to pose as something that they're not. We had that official in the reverse. These are people who could act like they're holier than thou, right? Because they step into a church once a week on Sunday or Saturday, and, they bless themselves with holy water. They sit there for an hour, and, they think that they're redeemed. They think that they know better. They think that they can, tell other people how to be. This is somebody here that lacks emotional maturity. This is somebody who could always be laughing at everything. They never take anything serious. They could have made you the brunt of the joke. Joke's on them now. Because everyone sees them for who they are. Their little illusion only lasted for so long. The authorities already know. The authorities already know. Somebody could have even been going as far as to even trying to catfish people, or even trying to catfish you. Again, with those screenshots. To find out what you're up to by posing as, different friends or potential suitors. There's a witness that's involved here, trying to thieve you, trying to steal your inheritance. There is evidence here. The authorities already know about how far they went to try and sabotage you and rob something from you. This inheritance could be spiritually or even physically. This could even be someone in your family who was trying to get you ostracized so that you wouldn't receive something so they could have it all for themselves. There is a witness here who has witnessed all of this. Maybe it's the informant about how somebody here has been using fake accounts. Somebody could have even been going as far as to even using your photos to catfish other people, to fraud and scam them, and try to claim that it's you. Wow, in order for you to be seen in some kind of way. Maybe this is somebody who has been using your photos, like maybe even intimate photos of you, if you've shared those, creating, profiles here, selling your stuff, trying to claim that you are a catfish. But it was them all along reaping benefit off of your stuff, and also by dragging your name down in the mud. Maybe wanting to show people, oh, this is the different side of them that you don't know about. And when in all actuality, it was never your side to begin with. Something here was altered and doctored, like I said earlier. Let me find out somebody did that to me. Let me find out. It won't be a giant-ass lawsuit. I don't care who you are. You just shouldn't care who they are. Maybe people could even be wanting to come back in and be like, oh, don't do that. That's your aunt. Or that's your sister. Or that's your father. Ugh, I hope not. I hope not. That's even more toxic. Even though they did something that they know they shouldn't have done. And they want you to be kind to them now. That's why they want to come kiss your ass. Be very careful this month. Because I also feel like what's going down is people don't want you to do what is right for you. They still want you to do what is best for them, even though what they did was wrong in the first place. They want you to help them cover it up. No, don't. You don't owe these people anything. They want you to be considerate of them now, but they were never considerate of you. Don't give people more than what they're willing to give you. Don't ever do that, Virgo. Alrighty, we're going to use the Scrabble tiles. You can use this as confirmation or additional messages. We're going to see what comes out. This part might be a little loud again, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe, any final messages and confirmations here for Virgo, please? Final messages and confirmations for Virgo. Somebody here could be an alcoholic. I did see AA. Maybe somebody has been going to AA meetings. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've been sober for a while. If so, congratulations. I do see ED. Maybe somebody is, I don't know, maybe a man is having an issue with their wand standing up. Something here about Pennsylvania. We have the number 36. The numbers 85, 97. Somebody could have been born in 85, 97. Somebody could be 36. Take these numbers how they resonate for you. We have the number 75. Somebody's name could be Edie or Eddie. We have the number 66, the number's 96. Something here about massa, bread. Massa, I think that's a sweet bread. I know in Portuguese, massa is sweet bread, which is so good. Oh, I should have picked some up when I was at the bakery earlier. Something here about soy. I don't know if somebody here drinks soy milk or something about soy protein. Somebody's name could be Zane. Somebody's name could be Ben, Benjamin, Benji. Something here about a Bengal. I don't know, like a Bengal tiger or something. Maybe somebody's into Bengal tigers. Or something here about a Bengal. We have the number 80 here. The number 25. Someone's name could be Shane or Shayna. Something about boo. I don't know. Maybe somebody was trying to scare you. Or maybe somebody calls people their boo. Or something here about Halloween time. We have the number 1. We have the number 4. Somebody, it could be a life path 1, life path 4. Something here about a goalie. I don't know if somebody here's a goalie or somebody here's been trying to block your shots from coming in. Someone's name could be Jen, Jennifer, Jenny. Someone's name could be Kevin. Something about Seoul, Seoul. I don't even know where that is. Isn't that South Korea? Something here about a pit. I don't know. Maybe somebody or something here to do with pits. I don't like the pits of fruits is what I saw, like a plum. Maybe somebody here likes to eat a lot of plums, or maybe somebody has been trying to do some kind of root work. Someone's name could be Glenn. Somebody here is trying to beg for something. Something here about EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival. Maybe somebody here listens to a lot of trance music. Something about a Punjab. I think that's the thing that the Indians wear. I don't even know if I spelt that right. Something here about poo. I don't know, something about Winnie the Pooh, something here to do about with honey. Maybe somebody has been trying to attract you with something really sweet, or somebody here could just be really shitty. Someone's name could be Jed. Something here about Gem. Gem. I don't know, something here to do... I believe Gem is a company around where I live, about a plumbing company. Maybe something here to do with plumbing? Someone's name could be Macy. Or Mazakine. Something here about AOL. Maybe something here was definitely done online. Someone's name could be Val, Valerie. Someone here, I don't know, maybe somebody here has been selling themselves. Jen, we have generous. I don't know, maybe this is somebody here who looks out for generous people and they're willing to do whatever it takes. Something about aioli sauce. Maybe somebody here is Italian. Someone's name could be Jimmy. Isn't Jimmy like California slang for like condoms or something? See, in New England, we call our sprinkles Jimmies. And if you go to Canada, you're at Canada. Somebody here could be from Canada. Something about MSI, the band Mindless Self-Indulgence. Something here about easy. I don't know. Isn't that like rolling papers or something? Maybe somebody here smokes a lot. Someone's name could be Laney or Lane. Someone's name could be Reese. I think Reese is spelled with 2 S's. I don't even know. I can't spell to save my life. Someone's name could be Nolan. Someone's name could be Lee. Something here about the sea. Maybe somebody here lives close to the water. Something here about a zoo. Maybe somebody here was trying to keep you locked up in some kind of way. Isn't MSI also like a brand of like technology or something? Someone's name could be Deb, Debbie, Deborah. Something about an EKG. Maybe somebody here works in the medical field, or they're a technician of some sorts. Someone's name could be Ivan. Or someone's name could even be Evan. Someone's name could be Sloan. Someone's name could be Mitt, or something about MIT. Something here about pi. Somebody could definitely be really good at math, or maybe they went to MIT, or maybe somebody here is an engineer of some sort. Someone's name could be Devon. Devon. Something here about a package. Maybe somebody could have been trying to steal your packages. Someone's name could be Blaine. Something about Oz. I don't know. Maybe somebody here thought that they were the Wizard of Oz. Or somebody's been trying to put on a show. Someone's name could be Nellie. Someone's name could be Jamie. Either Jamie or Jaime, however they spell it. Someone's name could be Cherie. Oh, with that soy, this could also be like somebody here who speaks Latin, or Spanish, or Portuguese, or something like that. Somebody here could be bilingual, excuse me. Something about a bachelor's degree, a bachelor's in the arts. Maybe somebody here has a bachelor's in the arts. Someone's name could be Jay. Could be their nickname. Someone's name could be Rosa. Or Rosa. Someone's name could be Mo. Monique. Something about a zebra. I don't know. Something about Usher. Someone's name could be Brittany. Or somebody could be acting like a brat. Something to do with brat dolls. I don't know. Someone's name could be Pat. We do have a rat here as well. Someone's name could be Pat, Patricia, Patrick. There is definitely a rat here. Somebody is definitely ratting somebody out. Somebody could definitely be playing as an informant right now at this time. Somebody was definitely trying to rob your joy. Someone's name could also be Joey, Joseph. Something here about Pez. Maybe somebody here pops something like it's Pez. Someone's name could be Sue, Susan, or somebody here is about to be sued. Someone's name could be Lou. Someone's name could be Sam, Samantha. Somebody could drive a tow truck. Something here about a ton. Or somebody here has been carrying extra load that they don't need to. Okay. Something about the letters S and P. Isn't that like a stock index or something? The S&P, like investments or something here. Universe, what doors are available to Virgo at this time? The door of joy and the door of simplicity. Happiness, delight, pleasure, bliss, contentment, satisfaction. Minimalist, uncomplicated, modest, naturalness, clearness. Yeah, you guys are definitely getting back to your roots here. You're definitely getting back to the roots of your joy, unshedding the things that have overcomplicated your life, have overcomplicated scenarios, relationships here. You're stepping into joy and you're stepping into simplicity here. You're not doing anything here that it doesn't... Love does not need to be that hard. It doesn't. And we have the door of change at the bottom of the deck. Transformation, adaptation, transition, and evolution. You have evolved and transformed beyond these circumstances here. You have become this beautiful butterfly. And it's ready for you to experience simple joy. Alrighty, we're going to close this off with an affirmation and an oracle. Universe, please give us an affirmation for Virgo, please. Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story, where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Absolutely. It's ultimately a happy story, because remember, you attract right now, the universe is mirroring you. So if you're focusing on the negative, they're going to give you more negative, but if you're focusing on the positive, that's what they're going to bring back into your life. Universe. And you get to control your narrative at the end of the day. It's your story, nobody else's. Don't let them write it for you. Universe. Please give us a final message for Virgo. Thank you. We have fulfillment. Number 6. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. The image of Ganesha reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean there is a period of increased study and learning at hand. You may find you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go to an experienced teacher to learn more. Look for someone to consult for more information. This may be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, or some spiritual advisor. You will discover new skills from this helpful teacher, as they have the wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind there is also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Everything you read fills your head with new information, and you never know when it might have a practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge that lies before you. Additionally, knowledge can never be taken away from you. No matter what you're longing to do or become, you will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and an open mind. You're stepping into new territory, Virgo. And it's okay to feel a little bit uneasy. We're going to end this with a quote from the Book of Happy. And we have, assert yourself. Having a strong voice not only protects you, but builds confidence in yourself. Foster this strong voice by telling yourself, I choose to speak up and assert myself now. This mantra encourages you to speak up, ask for help, or let people know if something is bothering you. Break any silence and let go of secrets that you've been hiding. Suppressing your thoughts and feelings can lead to high levels of stress, resentment, and dissatisfaction with the way things are unfolding in your life, preventing you from being truly happy. It can also live in your body like trauma, holding unpleasant memories in place. Use this mantra as a way to strengthen your voice and build courage. And again, that mantra is, I choose to speak up and assert myself now. Do not be afraid to speak up and assert yourself, Virgo. That is what I have for y'all at this time. I am sending you, Virgos and Crosswatchers, lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.